What is a pest and building inspection? And do I need to do one? Hi, it's Christina from the School of Home Ownership. I have many people that ask me, what is a pest and building inspection? For starters, it's for those that are buying a home, a house. It's what you use as an insurance to make sure that the property is in good condition. Do you need to do one? I would say absolutely. And I could tell you there have been many instances where a pest and building inspection has really determined whether I buy the property or not. And in so many cases, we've decided against buying the property. Now, when you do a pest and building inspection, you're really looking at three key factors. So you'll get pages and pages and pages of every detail in the property. The taps, the crack, the tile, what have you. They're not the ones that we're looking at because that's just simple maintenance. The three key parts that I look at is their mould. Now, mould is really difficult to get rid of if it's a fundamental issue of the property. No matter what you do, it is extraordinarily difficult to get rid of it. So that's something that you need to look at. Now, sometimes I'm not talking about mould in a bathroom, for example. I'm talking about foundations mould with mould going up the walls. That is an issue. The other main one is termite damage. If there's active termites, it will cost you a bomb. We're talking about you're buying like $1 million worth of lemon. You do not buy a property that has active termite damage. Now, having said that, there sometimes is a bit of termite damage, but if it's clapped down and basically rectified straight away, it's no big deal. But in most cases, you need to know the termite damage and how much termite damage is there. When people do inspections, especially for potential termite, one of the things that you look at is they declare that we can't see the termite until we drill and do an invasive monitor. For that's where it's important to talk to your inspector. If you're finding this content helpful, please like and subscribe. It's free for you, but it helps us out a lot. And with that, back to the video. And the third thing that we look at is just an overall, the quality of a build, especially renovations. So sometimes people do it-yourself renovations. If the house is built with a do-it-yourself, I'm very, very, very cautious because that could cost a lot to fix up. Now, when you've got renovations, when you've got, converted pergolas, enclosed the sunroom at the back, that is something you just have to be aware of. It's quite common that they are do-it-yourself, but then you just have to factor in some of the issues that could happen. When we're talking about talking to the inspector, I cannot emphasize how important it is. So for the example that I gave you in regards to termites, they're not going to put it necessarily in the report, so you have to actually speak to them because they'll just say it's a warning. They won't actually say that it is, and this is a big issue. So quite often there might be pages and pages and pages, and it sounds all disastrous and intimidating, but if you ring up the inspector, they'll tell you, so can I buy this property, or how much would it cost to fix something? So they've got building expertise. So they will tell you, hey, it'll cost you $50,000, $20,000, $10,000. They'll tell you, hey, this house is so poorly built, I'd caution you on buying that property. So yes, it is very important. When people do auctions, people are hesitant to keep buying building and pest inspections before going to an auction. Now, we'll talk about how to be successful in auctions in another video, but I recommend you do not take shortcuts in doing pest and building inspections. Now, if you've got lucky enough to have a relative or a friend that's a builder that actually can assess the building for you, well, that's great, and that's a benefit. It saves you the cost. But you need to buy the property with open eyes. And I have seen it. I know people that have bought lemons for multi-million dollars. And the amount of money they will need to fix it, you're going into the negative. So yes, my recommendation for those buying a home is to definitely do a pest and building inspection and talk to the inspector.